Can't do that. Can't do that.
Oh, that's funny. I
that.
totally forgot about that.
You can't do that.
He did.
Can't go there.
Well, not nowadays. What did he say? He used to say something else though, didn't he? I swear on the
No
show
comment.
on the show he said something else. My happy mustache face. That's
Yep.
That's what they changed it to. I remember.
So they knew then.
Yeah, so that was so the so the original version he said it that way, because I remember that in like the very first episode. And
But
and
that
I was
sounds
like, oh.
really
Well, I
wrong.
mean, I thought it was hilarious because it was
Well,
what it was at the time. But yeah, then they changed it to my happy mustache face. Oh my God.
what is up?
Show.
And welcome back to the Ready Player Lift podcast, your favorite show. Do we talk about games still? Will we talk about games?
We will.
Still?
We
okay.
will.
Your favorite show
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
gains and games. Gains.
And miscellaneous things. Games
Season.
and miscellaneous things.
We should just tag it to that. Season 6, episode 5.
Yeah.
And man, oh man, has
Doing
it been
live.
some time. It's been a while.
Yeah. It's been a minute.
But you know,
Everyone's like, wait, who are these guys?
oh, they know.
This episode's gonna come out and people are gonna, wait, what?
Well, this is actually a surprise drop. I haven't really said much
surprise.
about it. Yeah, we're back. You know,
Yeah.
life happens, and we got things to do. You know, there's a lot of other priorities outside. But you know what? It feels good to be back. Feels right, and we don't record if it don't feel right. So we'll put that out there right now. How have you been? Where have you been? What have you been doing? You've gone missing.
Yeah, I bailed, man. They sent out a search party for me. No, I jumped off social media, man. I just kind of
Good for you. Good for you.
Bored. I don't know.
Good for you.
I might jump back. We'll see. I don't know. But for the time being, I'm doing other things, other ventures, interests in life. Jump back on my YouTube stuff for a little bit, you know, doing my little show. But yeah, other than that, just chilling, man, enjoying life.
So you jumped off social media,
Yeah.
and I could not be happier for you,
Oh,
because
life's
basically you're back
Yeah.
into reality, right? There's no.
Oh yeah.
There's
Yeah,
no
I'm out of the
smoke and
matrix,
mirrors.
man. I jumped right out of that matrix, and it's nice.
There's no
It's
there's no
nice.
haters. There's no fake anything.
Yeah. I think
It's
I think once you step back and you have the understanding and the acceptance that pretty much like 80-90% of what's on social media is fake. Then you'll be cool. Like then it's fine. Like as long as you have that understanding and acceptance, then if you want to stay on it, cool. But as long as you understand, like shit you're looking at and everything that's on there, like majority of it, a good large majority, it's just not real.
the thing is,
Yeah.
most people understand that what you see on social media is all bullshit,
Yeah.
and
But
yet
not all. Like it's just a good
Most.
chunk. Yeah, a good majority of it.
and yet people continue to log in and continue to play the game.
Eat it up.
Why?
Yeah.
Like
I don't know.
what.
Yeah.
I'll give you an opinion, and it's just an opinion.
Okay.
I think it's just an ego thing. You know, I think people want to feel included.
Like connected
way,
to something or
They
some
want to
or
feel
people.
connected in a way.
Hmm.
And they want to feel that tie, even though odds are it's not real.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So to break away from that and to be like, you know what? I don't really need this.
I never. Yeah. That's
Like-
the thing. I never need. I quit Facebook like I don't know 5 years ago maybe or so or longer.
And you
like,
quit for a reason, right?
Yeah,
So
and
you
I was-
just-
and
you
I
had
was-
the
yeah.
same feeling.
Yeah, and so Instagram kind of got that way for me too. I just like a little stagnant and just like, like man, this is it's just not doing it's not serving me any purpose. So I'm out.
Yeah, if it doesn't, that's the thing. Like if it doesn't serve you
Yeah.
anymore, if it doesn't bring value into your life,
Yeah.
if it doesn't make you happy,
Yeah, I just felt like it was like
then
the same stuff every single day over and over, and I'm just like, like I want to switch it up.
yeah.
Change it
So
up.
good for you.
You know.
Now I haven't been as active, either,
Yeah.
and I haven't completely backed away, but I've also
Kind
like
of
I get what you did because
reeled back a little.
it's unnecessary. I mean, you're creating unnecessary, not really drama. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you don't need to be on social media. Like you don't need to post anything. Like you do it because you want to. You should do it because you want to feel connected. You want to do something positive. You want to because you want to. But like once you get into the habit of like, oh, I have to do this, or I have to, then it feels like a job.
I gotta post every day.
And then
I gotta make a video. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Like,
and then
like,
some people. I'm not saying us, but then some people get caught up in the views and the likes and the numbers and the stats, and maybe one post won't do away and that you wanted it to, and it's like, do you really need that in your life?
Who cares? Like,
who cares? Who cares?
Who cares?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So good for you. Well, that being said,
thank you.
Yep. That being said, we are still keeping a presence on social media. I am still posting on Ready Player Lift at IG. So every now and then you will get a post. And if you want to know how Jerell's doing, you're going to have to come through me for now.
Or listen to go listen to the podcast.
Listen to the pod. That's what we do.
Well,
That's
still, I'm gonna still throw I'll still throw the episodes on YouTube in case other people want to watch it instead or can't listen to it any other way, and it's the only way they listen to it. But
and you know what, shout out to the people. They are still out there.
Yes.
So so those that follow us on YouTube, this episode will be available. Thank you, Jerell, for doing that. Also a big shout out, before we took a break, we did another t-shirt drop, and we have a list of names that I wanted to do a quick shout out on. Let's see, I've got so Abby, shout out to Abby, she bought a shirt.
Abby.
Keanu, great fellow, great guy. You can find him on IG. So we'll go ahead and list him in the description of the episode.
Nice.
He bought a tank and he repped us on a post, so thank you to him. Tara, she bought a hat and a tank, or hat with tank.
Yeah.
So thank you to her.
First hat purchase.
Yeah, so thank you to that. Kirsten, she bought a tank.
Nice.
Am I missing anyone?
Thank you, Kirsten. I don't think so. I think that
okay.
Was,
so,
that was it,
so there you go. So as you can see, we still have people that support us. We still have people that depend on us for value, entertainment, whatever. So we didn't forget you. We just have lives. We just have things going on outside of here. And, as much as we want to talk about training and getting swole and being fit and video games and movies and fucking Kanye West, like there is a world out there that we have to participate in.
I found it.
And we have responsibilities that we need to show up and take care of.
But still, thank you to everyone who participates and helps out with the drops. Thank you to everyone who shouts us out online. Thank you to everyone who doesn't shout us out online but shouts us out in person to other people. Like, I know that happens a lot too, where people are like, oh, check out this podcast, which is really cool as well. Like, so thank you to everyone who supports us in every way you support us. And we're still here.
We are not leaving.
We're still here.
As much as maybe people really don't want us to. At the end of the day, we do this because it makes us happy too. Like we do, if we didn't see the value in this, we would have left. Jerell and I, we've had lots of talks where we're like, should we keep going? But at the end of the day, we figure it out. We get in the chair and we get it done because we enjoy doing this. So if you enjoy what we're enjoying And if you show up for us, we're going to keep showing up for you. That's just the bottom line.
Mm.
Now, to switch gears, I wanted to open the show
Okay.
and immediately jump into the gains talk and the
Okay.
training talk and the weight room talk.
What do you got?
Now, I noticed, Jerell, you
Hmm.
put on a good amount of size since I've last seen you.
Oh, I have.
Well, you're not doing
Someone-
bad.
Someone,
You're not
yes.
doing.
Someone
you're
told
not-
me the other day I hadn't seen this guy in like a couple years. Came up, was like, "Dang, dude!" And it's funny because like he looks completely different. Like he's literally like has a full gray beard. His beard is completely gray now. His hair is like salt and pepper. And I'm like, he's not. I'm like, I know he's not that much older than me. Like, he's barely got to be maybe 40, you know, if even. And so I didn't recognize him at first. I saw him, and then I started talking to someone else that he was with, and then I look and I was like, "Oh shoot, what's up, dude?" Like, and he's just looking at me. He's looking at me all weird. Like, he's like, "Man," he's like, "Dude, how much did you put on?" And I'm like, I was like almost offended. I'm like, excuse me, like, how dare you? Like, I'm thinking, you know, man, you got fat, you know.
What happened?
Yeah. And I'm like, actually, I've trimmed up quite a bit. Like, you know, thank you very much. You know, one of those. And he's like, no, dude, like you look like you've put on like 20 pounds of muscle since I last saw you. And I'm like, oh, well, thank you.
Well,
Well,
since
thank you.
you put it that way.
Yeah. Well, thank you, kind sir. But yeah, I'm still doing my thing.
Okay, so you haven't slowed down, which is great. Neither have I.
Oh yeah.
So I wanted to bring up this question because you and I brought it up before we began recording. The sickness is still floating around.
People still getting sick.
People still getting sick. People still having to go through it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I got hit with it at least within the last month, at least once. I think
It's like,
COVID burned through me.
battered up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
This
burned
got
right
you.
through me. So safety aside,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and
Do
I
we
was sick too, like literally a month ago. Like a month ago from right now. Like I'm looking at the calendar. I'm like, oh shoot, yeah, it's actually like we were just talking about this before, like where I had gotten sick like on a Thursday. It's literally 31 or 30 days ago. Like today.
Yeah. So
Same
yeah,
thing.
so so the point is, right? So people
Yeah.
get sick,
Yeah.
and
It's rough.
generally
Knock down,
it
drag
sucks.
Yeah.
You feel like shit. You feel like you got set back for a couple of days, whatever.
Mhm.
The dysmorphia kicks in, all that stuff hits, and you're just like,
Yeah.
you don't feel right. So my question to you:
Mm-hmm.
do you, Jerell,
Mm-hmm.
or should you train while
Mhm.
sick?
When you're sick? I think it depends on at what level of sickness you're at. Like day one sickness, when you get hit like a freaking with a sack of potatoes and you're out for the count. No, like I mean, because you physically can't. Like you're done. Like you're out. You know. I think a few days after it, while you're still, you know, feeling a little like a little groggy, a little phlegmy, a little just gross and like not well. Do I think you should train or do I think it's a good idea? I think it can be personally, depending on how far you take it and depending on what you do. Like, 'cause you still have to understand, like, your body's still trying to flush out all the crap and process everything and deal with it. So you have to be safe about it. So obviously you need to drink crap tons of water and hydrate and electrolytes and whatever else. But I really, when I've gotten kind of like basic sickness or just like a cold even, or at the tail end of my sickness where I'm still feeling it, but I'm not like, you know, out for the count, I absolutely train, because I've always personally felt like when I sweat like crazy and like it just helps me really flush all that crap out of me. Like, I don't know if it actually does or if it's like a mental thing.
You feel better.
But I feel way better. But I also understand, like, I don't take it too far. Like I'm not trying to get on bench and do my max when I'm sick, you know, like that's just silly because you're obviously weak, like, so it's not particularly safe. Like, I'm not gonna, you know, drop the freaking weight on myself or whatever. But like to you know, do some sprints on the outside or on the treadmill or freaking lift until you're just like drenched, like, absolutely. I think it's a really good idea. And also I really think that getting outside in the sun is a huge benefit as well. Like, if you can work out outside at the tail end of your sickness or whatever, like, you're gonna recover so fast. I feel like this, it works for me, and it has, because like you get the sun, the vitamin D on you, like you just like
fresh air.
Yeah, you're fresh air. You're sweating out all the crap that's going on inside you. Like, so yeah, I think it's in a long winded roundabout answer. Yes, I believe it is good to train when you are sick.
Recovering.
When you're recovering from your sickness. Yes.
Now, keep in mind, thank you for that. So keep in mind, you have a home gym. I have a home gym that I am now using, like actually using.
He's fully committed.
Yeah. So keep in mind, we're not scientists. We're not doctors. We're not giving you medical advice. Don't be an idiot. Like, if you have the fucking flu, like, don't be spitting on everyone. Don't be coughing on everyone.
Yeah.
Like, don't be that asshole.
The gym.
Like, but at the same time,
run or something.
It all goes back to like just doing like the common sense thing to do. Like, do what's right for you.
Yeah.
If you feel like, you had a really bad setback and you had a cold, a flu, whatever, give it some time.
Yeah.
And then get back in it. I think really the thing that I want to convey too is like the mental side of it. Like, getting sick sucks, and losing days of training sucks. And mentally, it can really cause setbacks.
Yeah.
Like, if you're unable to train, if you're laying in bed, you're sitting on the fucking couch all day, like, you might start feeling away. Like, you might start feeling like, oh my God, I've lost my gains. Well, you can't lose your gains in
not
3
like
days.
That.
Like, I mean, you'll lose some. I mean, you might gain or lose some water weight. That might fuck with you. So I think what you're saying too is like, get outside. Take it a little bit. Do like a moderate.
Yeah, don't go all full hardcore.
Moderately
like, and then also, like, if you decide to do that, like, understand your body and how you're feeling too. Like, and if it's not, like, if you're like, nah, this ain't happening today, then don't.
Then just
like,
don't. Just go back inside.
There's nothing that says you have to work out when you're sick. But like, if you do start or try, and you feel all right, then
just don't overdo it.
Yeah.
Like all things.
Yeah.
Like all things in life. And I just wanted to get that out there. So thank you for your take on that.
Don't feel bad if you're sick and you miss the gym. If you're a gym rat like us and you miss a few days of the gym, you'll be fine. Like, it'll be all right. Worry about
dysmorphia,
feeling better.
I'll tell you though.
And that's
I'll tell you.
Don't let it creep in your head.
Don't let it get to you.
Fortify your mind. Was that on Doctor Strange? We'll talk about that later. The new Doctor Strange. Exactly. Fortify your minds.
That's Wong. What it's all about.
Fortify your minds.
When in doubt, be like Wong from Doctor Strange.
Yeah. More on that later.
More on that in a few. Okay, so switching gears. Video games. What are you playing?
Turn on power.
Okay, so obviously you're playing TMNT.
Playing. I played, and I've beaten it. I played and I beat it already. The new was it Teenage Mutant
Shredder's
Ninja Turtles?
Revenge.
Shredder's Revenge. Amazing game. If you have not played it, is it out on everything now, or is it?
I believe
only
it is
on,
out on just about
like where
everything.
you can buy it on like the Switch and like okay, yeah.
PS, whatever, PC.
Yeah, if you don't have Game Pass and you can't just play it that way, I highly recommend. If I didn't have Game Pass, I would buy it. Like it's good, man. It's good for what it is, and it's a blast, and it's cool on another level because you can play like freaking 6 players at a time. Like you can all play, like you have like 6 people playing with you because you can be all the turtles, freaking April.
Splinter.
Yeah, April O'Neil and Splinter. It's like,
and Casey
oh my
Jones.
God. And when you beat the game, you get Casey Jones.
Oh, you have to unlock him.
You gotta unlock him, yeah. Sorry, surprise!
Oh.
Spoiled that for you.
I thought he was just there.
But
Okay.
dude, it is nostalgia heaven. There's so much in this game that if you are a true Ninja Turtles fan, you are going to freaking lose your mind. Like there's so much cool stuff on there that's like, oh my God, like this is amazing. Dude, so much stuff on here. What is happening with your
No, I'm giving
oh, you're trying to find a I'm like, what is all this extra stuff going on?
No, I'm looking up gameplay.
Don't
Yeah, so
I was say don't,
well, it's not
don't
a spoiler,
spoil it, man.
just so
Don't
our
completely
YouTube
spoil it.
viewers, they have a little
Yeah,
something.
you get a kind of a quick little glimpse of the game.
Now, I will say
Yeah.
that I did start this game, and I played up to like
Mm-hmm.
level 2, and my God, dude, it's exactly
Mm.
as I remembered it. Like
Dude, it's
the gameplay,
it's amazing.
like
It's a new
It's
game
exactly-
though.
it's a new game and has like
But I mean, like the
updated.
style,
It has
yeah,
like
the style, yeah, different moves and different
the moves. Like there's like
everything's
different
updated. The look.
There's like the look is obviously cleaner and more
different
modern.
like power moves and stuff.
But like the special
Dude,
moves are
it's
cool.
great.
Like
Oh,
there's more variety
it's so
of like
good.
attacks that you can do. But besides that, it's like
I'm telling
the
you,
same.
man. Like
They got
the further once you
the boards
once
now,
you
like the-
dude, that's not even a once you get through it. Oh my God, I wish I don't want to spoil it for you even because you're gonna lose
Yeah,
it.
I'm
Like
gonna-
when you get to certain parts in the game, like it is genuinely exciting. Like you're like, oh my God, no way. You know, like the bosses and like the different levels of stuff that you do and all the small little detailed stuff with the different characters. Man, they
Yeah,
just
look at
they
that, you play
went
6
they
players.
it was like this is for the fans. Like this
is for
the real Ninja Turtle fans. Like if you're a fan
who are
of the old
all like
school-
in their
the old
30s
school-
and like 40s
yeah,
now.
if you're a fan of the old cartoon, like from back in the day when we were kids, like man,
I mean,
oh,
just to
man,
see,
it is
like-
great.
Yeah, like
It's-
Rocksteady
the
and
Turtles
like
are
Bebop.
still here.
You know, the thing is they haven't left.
Dude,
Like
Yeah.
they've always been
Yeah.
around in some way. Like that's something that I
Yeah.
think people don't really appreciate about the Turtles is that they've never really left. Like
Mhm.
they've always been around in some
yeah.
way, or like movies or a different type of
Mm-hmm.
TV show or something. Like they haven't left, and the characters are all very
Yeah.
familiar to
You're
most
showing
people.
so much of this game.
Well,
Showing it all, Miley. Showing it all. We get the.
I will
gameplay.
say-
We get the gist
all right,
of it.
okay, I'll stop. I will say that I played 2-player mode, right?
On
And-
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, like on the couch, like with like a second player, right?
Yeah.
And
Is it harder?
no, but just like the feeling of being like a kid again, and like having low health,
dude,
and like
yeah.
your partner has like low health, and it's like, well, who gets the pizza? You
yeah.
know, like, oh, you go ahead and get it.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like
'cause-
it's just like I remember that when you're like a kid, playing like
Uh-huh.
Turtles in Time, and
like
like
who needs it more?
like running
yeah.
to the pizza,
Uh huh.
and
Yep.
or like you don't need the pizza, and then like you get it anyway.
You're like, oh
and
no,
they're
I
like, "Oh,
needed
come
that.
on! Like, what
Like,
the hell?" Yeah,
the other player.
yeah. Like,
Dang
I
it,
just
I
remember
needed
that
that.
feeling. I know, and just like that
Mhm.
feeling of like crap, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like exactly the same.
This game hits it on all levels, man. This, like I said, nostalgia heaven. It's perfect. This game is perfect.
Okay,
I got no complaints, man.
I'll tell you what.
Hmm.
I will tell you. I'll tell you what.
Would you have a complaint about something?
I don't. I was actually going to segue this into what
Hmm.
I'm playing,
Oh,
which is
okay.
actually
What are you playing?
it is a 10-year-old game, maybe a little
Oh,
bit older,
okay.
by the name of Dragon's Dogma. Let's go. Meh. You know the thing about Dragon's Dogma.
I don't
All
know.
right, so
I've heard of it.
I've come
I've heard of
prepared.
it, and is that it? I think we had talked about this before too. Like, is that an anime too? Like, as
There might be.
I
I
swear I
think there.
saw that as like an anime or something. I mean, maybe not.
Okay,
I
so
could be wrong.
let me.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
I know you don't like my new style of
No, yes,
sharing
yeah, it
here,
is
but
yeah,
so
it's a TV.
so Dragon's Dogma.
It was a Netflix one. It was on Netflix. That's what it was. I looked it up. Yeah, I do remember seeing like the poster for it or whatever. I never watched it, but I don't know if it's any good
This
or not. That's the
game.
game right there.
Yeah, this is it right here. So
It's like Lord of the
I
Rings
had.
looking kind of
It's an
ish.
action RPG,
Mm.
and it's swords, spells, archery, all that stuff, right? As you
Mm.
can see, it's very rough. It's very like,
Yeah.
it's an old game. Like it's an old game,
Old
and
game.
it has taken me literally like years to get into this game. Like I think I bought it once on
Why?
like the PlayStation 3 because
It's not.
it's really difficult, and it's like really really
Oh,
hard
okay.
to like get started. Um, and basically like you have to like know, like you need a guide for this game to get started. Like because if you don't, you're gonna run around and
Oh,
you're just gonna get
like an
killed and
old
you're just gonna
school
get
back in the
frustrated.
day, like a book, like
Not even that.
a little
It's just
magazine
the opening
guide.
of the game is just like so difficult. And for the longest time, I just had like the hardest
Hmm.
time, like basically like figuring out like where the hell do I go, and
Like
like how the
how to.
hell do I like level
Oh,
up.
okay. I was gonna say like, are they?
But like
Hmm.
once you get going though, like the combat is really, really,
Yeah.
really, really good. And I think that's what most people like this game for
Hmm.
is the combat is like really satisfying.
About it.
I'm currently playing as a like a magic archer, so I have like a staff, and I'm casting spells.
Is that
But then you can go back and forth between like a
a
magic
mage?
bow, yeah, like a mage archer kind of a hybrid.
Hmm.
The reason why I got into this
Hmm.
game is because Dragon's Dogma 2 was just announced, I think last week. So I'm like, all right, I need to finally just like get
Hmm.
together and like play through this. And so far, it's really really good. But I will warn you, like, it's gonna take some time to get going. And if you can just get through the first few
Just to like
hours,
figure it all out.
just to figure it out and just to get used to
Yeah.
it and just to like understand like how everything works. Like the map is like really really hard to read, and like the
Hmm.
how some
I
games that
see
have like the
that.
quest marker. Yeah,
That
like some
tiny
games
little,
have. Yeah, like do
tiny
you see
little
that?
map.
It's like what the hell? Like, and then if you open like the big map and you're like that
Yeah.
still doesn't make any
You
sense.
can't like pull up a full. You can't pull up a full map.
Well, that's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
really?
Like
That's
if
what I
you
was gonna
open the
say.
big
When can you
map,
pull up
well,
like
that's
the
the thing. It
full
doesn't do you any good.
map?
It's like, oh,
It doesn't. It
you
doesn't
know,
help.
no.
Uh,
But once you get going,
it's like this is not helping.
it's not helping at all. I will say, Jerell, this game is
Yeah.
definitely something that would frustrate you instantly. So maybe Dragon's Dogma
Uh,
2 will be updated.
yeah. I'll stick to my Ninja Turtles for now, and I will stick to something even simpler than Ninja Turtles. Stick to Jurassic
Oh
World
yeah,
Evolution 2.
tell me about it. Now this is a game.
Or
wah, wah.
That game, I'm gonna tell you right now, is amazing.
And who told you
It's-
about it?
it's great.
And who recommended it?
It's great.
Who recommended it? To you?
If you this guy that I ran into, he's got like a big beard. He usually wears a Diamondbacks hat all the time. He's got some pretty neat tattoos. He goes to the gym. I can't remember.
Is he a very handsome
might be
man?
Milo.
Oh, yeah.
No, yes, you did tell me about it. You told me it was great, and like one of those real chill games to play. And so I'm like, all right, I'll try it out. So I initially started it off on like the story mode, which I was like,
I did that too.
like it was like
This is dumb.
man, like this is, yeah.
I just
and
wanna
then-
do things on my
yeah,
own.
And then it was okay,
right?
but yes, exactly. And then I realized I could do that, and that's when it opened up a whole different thing. And I'm like, oh my god, this is great. I can build my own
Manage
park
it
and like have
however you
all this
want it.
stuff and put these
design it.
put dinosaurs where I want them to be and all this crazy stuff. And oh man, it is a blast. It's like back in the day with the
Exactly.
Age of Empires. Like we watched Age of Empire or like kind of
It's
like
very
Sims-ish,
Sims, like
kinda
strategy, like just kind of
kind of
act like basically you're God.
Just I
You're
love
God,
the
and
aspect
you're-
of I love the aspect of just creating everything and like building
How you want it.
and like I'm putting I'm putting the fences here, I'm putting the tree here, I got a monorail going around the entire park, I got pterodactyls over here, I got
Restaurants. You could choose, like, the
leaf
kind of
eaters over
restaurants,
here,
you
I
know?
got yep this dude, there's way too there's no
The sky's
this
the limit.
game has entirely too much detail. I didn't realize that about the restaurants at first, and then I was like, man, where am I getting all
'cause
these
there's, like, nothing to
complaints, like,
drink?
about like my, yeah, because I got, and I didn't realize like, oh, you can like literally change everything about the restaurant.
The type of food.
You can change what type of food. Add on all kinds of little accessory
To
stuff
draw
like
more
what type-
people
there's,
in.
like couches in this restaurant, or a
fish
table, or a fountain, video games, a fish tank, yeah. And then not even just that, you can change the exterior of the building, like, and all these fine details. You're like, I'm gonna add lamps, or I'm gonna add trees or bushes, or I'm gonna put a patio on the roof, or like all this crazy stuff.
The best
Like,
part.
what the hell? Like,
Have
what
you
is
gone
this
into
game?
Yeah,
There's
have you
so
gone
much
into like
detail.
first person mode and like just walked around and like
Yes,
It's like-
that's freaking cool, man.
it is
That
not your
is so
typical
cool.
Jarell
can
game
go-
though.
No, is
Is it?
No, it is
like stuff like
because
that.
I was crazy into Age of Empires back in the day, like and that whole idea where you just like you construct your little world and then you have to protect it and you have to like keep things running efficiently. Like I like games like that, but man, this one took it to a whole nother level. Like it's freaking cool. And then it's awesome too because like depending on how you have certain things set up, some of the dinosaurs will break out.
Exactly. Like you haven't even touched like
And they'll like attack your patrons of the park, all your guests, and then your guest rating, like you see it steadily just
You're
like
like, "Oh,
drop
no."
until you like, dude, I got this aviary with the
Pterodactyls
freaking,
and-
like I don't know, like five
Did they break out?
pterodactyls in there, and there's one freaking sneaky mofo that somehow. And it's funny because, like, with the aviary, you can't, it's not like you can repair it, or at least I haven't, if you can, I haven't paid attention to it, but you can't, like, if they break out of a fenced area, you can just fix the fence, and you can, it tells you, like, this is where the issue is, like, on the map. In the aviary, it doesn't show anything. You just see this bird flying outside of the aviary, swooping down, attacking people, and like, oh, crap. And so then you got to send your
rangers,
your freaking team to the rangers to
That's
go and
like the best part,
tranquilize
too.
it, and then you got to send a chopper to go and like scoop them up and take them back. Oh, it's so cool! And you can manually do
Yeah.
all that stuff too if you wanted to. Like you can manually like man the trank gun.
Yeah,
Or
you
just,
can
like,
drive the Jeep over
like
and-
trying to trank this. Oh, it's so cool. So
The
cool.
fact that no one
Yeah.
else is like talking about this game, and like all people care about, like,
It's wild, man.
why
Yeah.
does no one care?
Like, how does
Exactly.
no one know about this?
This is
This is great.
this is
This is such a good game. and
Yeah.
it looks good
Completely
too.
fine.
Like that's the thing. It doesn't look like crap.
Yeah.
Like it looks nice. What's really cool, so I had this one section where I had these like T-Rexes or whatever. And so each animal they have different, obviously different personalities, but they have different traits in how they like to eat. And I didn't realize that either, because I had this T-Rex and he'd be breaking out all the time, and I'm like, dude, what is this guy's deal? And then I figured out, oh, you can't just have like dead pieces
yeah,
of meat
they
there,
like to feed
for
on
him
the
to eat.
living.
Like he
Yeah.
likes to hunt. Like some of the traits on there, like, oh, this dinosaur likes to actually hunt. So then you have to put these little feeding
lamb.
things where it pops up, and a little like a
And then, like, the
sheep
goat
or
runs
yeah,
around.
or a goat or whatever pops up. Dude, if you go down into like closer view and watch them as they're chasing the damn goat around, like they actually like
Yeah,
kill
the
it
whole thing.
and like eat it and all this. It looks so cool. Like it's like, oh
It's
my
so entertaining.
God. Like this is awesome.
And you're just like,
you're just like chasing this freaking goat around, and then he finally like
yeah, now the
grabs
T-Rex is
it,
happy
tosses
and
it, and then goes and
he's
starts
not breaking out
starts
and-
eating it, and like yeah, I'm like, this game is too much, man. This is too much. But yeah, that was another one I played
Okay.
for a little while.
So before okay,
Damn good.
I also
Highly recommend that
it.
one,
So
too.
before we switch gears,
Yeah.
I did want to report.
Hmm.
Did you know? To
Nope.
switch the subjects really quick. Okay, I know I don't want to whiplash you. I know you're very excited about this Jurassic Park game, but
No. Did I know what? What happened? They
well,
coming out
before
with
we
part
begin,
3?
did you know that Michael Jackson actually had a hand in the Sonic the Hedgehog 3? No, I'm
Wait,
serious. Did you know that Michael Jackson,
What do you mean?
yeah,
Oh,
he
the
composed
music?
some of the music for Sonic 3?
That fact
Okay.
sounds very familiar. Like I feel like I have.
Okay.
heard
Okay.
that
Well, for the longest
before.
time, it was never confirmed. It was always just like a rumor. Like people
Oh.
listen to the music and they're like, "This sounds a little bit too much like Michael Jackson. Like, what is going on?"
Yeah.
So I actually pulled up an article, and I wanted to warn people who were interested in this new game that dropped. I think it came out last week. It's called Sonic Origins. Okay. Now, Sonic Origins is basically the collection.
Oh, is that?
Has all the old Sonic games, not like the 3D ones, but like the 16-bit Sega Genesis ones.
At the,
Well, they finally came out and they finally admitted that Michael Jackson composed music for Sonic 3. So it has been
What?
confirmed. All right. Yep.
oh yeah,
So
I'm seeing that now. Yuji Naka confirms Michael Jackson composed music for Sonic 3.
exactly. Now, because of licensing issues, they actually deleted a lot of the music from Sonic 3. Yeah.
the
So
Michael
because
Jackson
they don't have
music?
the rights to it. So if you're going to
Oh,
download
man.
that game or if you're going to buy that game, just be advised the music is not the same. I've
music's
listened to
not
some
the
of the
same.
music and it is shit.
Weird.
It sucks.
That kills it.
So
Yeah. That's disappointing. Man, they couldn't acquire them
well,
tracks.
it's
huh?
Michael
They couldn't
Jackson. I
acquire
mean,
the-
can you afford? I mean, that's probably
that's probably
it's not cheap.
That's a rough one. That's for some old Sonic game that only a handful of people are probably gonna buy.
Yeah, I tell you what, a handful of people
Exactly.
are going to buy that new Sonic game, Sonic Frontiers, the open world one.
Yeah,
Did
like
you see the
two
videos?
people. Not these two people right here either. Good lord, have you seen that gameplay, dude? I'm like, what? This is like the most freaking boring,
Yeah,
snooze fest.
it's like Breath of the
looking
Wild,
game.
but like
It
not
looks
good.
terrible, dude. It looks so bad. It's so boring looking, and like the
Just
music,
everything about
and,
it.
like everything.
There's like
was
all
just
these like rails
Like,
Like
that's it.
all these like loop de loops and rails
dude,
just
yeah.
kind of thrown in this like empty
No, it
world.
did not. Yeah,
And
I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. Like initially, when the pictures and the
this
stuff
is gonna
came
be
out
good.
for it, I was
Sonic
like, oh
open
shoot,
world.
like this,
Wow.
this is gonna be cool. Yeah, and then it's just like, what? He's like boring, way too futuristic looking robots, and like it was just odd, man. Like it didn't make sense. Like it was just so slow.
And that's like what they're gonna
It was just
release. Like,
dude, this does not look like this does not.
yeah,
look
and they came out and they're like,
interesting.
well, we don't care. We're gonna release it anyway. Yeah,
Did they
they
really
got
say that? Because they
feedback.
got I knew yeah, fans were like, nope, nah, this ain't it, dog.
They don't care.
This is not it. Like, don't do it. They said they're gonna
So
do it anyway, huh? Terrible.
stick to making
Terrible idea.
movies.
Terrible.
Sonic.
Yeah, they should have went the route of the filmmakers and been like, oh, okay, we're gonna work on it a
And
little
fix
bit
it.
more.
Fix
Wink,
it.
you know.
Oh yeah, I
with
heard
the
about Ugly Sonic, and
yeah.
I mean it's been like long enough, right, to like spoil. I know we're gonna wait for spoilers for the end of the show, but like
Mm-hmm. We're gonna spoil
Ugly Sonic. Yeah. I mean, I think everyone knows by now. Like,
So
he made an appearance, and
I would hope, yeah, I would hope that everybody has seen it already. And I'm gonna go on record because last time we discussed this Chip and Dale movie before it came out, I wasn't pleased, man. I thought it was gonna be trash. I was like, man, this movie's gonna be trash. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch this, bro. And so I watched it. It's fucking great. It was amazing. Chip and Dale, the new movie, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers on Disney Plus was outstanding.
I haven't seen it.
Hilarious. There was so much, dude. There's
I
so
heard, like,
much stuff in there that was so damn funny. That was just, I'm like, this is
I heard
not
the
what I
cameos
expected
were
at
just
all.
like
I'm like, this is
insane.
fantastic.
Like, it's like
Yeah,
it's like
dude, it was so good. My still biggest complaint about it is the art of freaking the characters. Not which
Dale
is
is
Dale's
the
the CGI. It's still the CGI one, right? The red nose one, or whatever. He was fine. The art for Chip and the rest of them, man, that's seriously still my only complaint about it. Was that is like if and it after a while you don't care, like it kind of like grows on you, not
Just
grows on you,
adapt
but
to
you
it.
just kind of don't pay attention to it as much because the movie's good for what it is. But if they would have went like Roger Rabbit tier type of art style, for those characters, it would have been a perfect movie. Like it would have been absolutely perfect. But yeah, they went a weird like art / CGI ish look, and it just didn't. For those characters, it just doesn't look right. But there's a lot of really funny things in there, even that I think people will really like and enjoy, and it's just
So you recommend it?
hilarious. And I found out, yeah, I definitely recommend it. I found out why this movie. I think we might have already even talked about this before. Why this movie? They're essentially comparing it to Roger Rabbit, but like this one played it safer, I guess, in a way or whatever. Because apparently Roger Rabbit was like way over budget.
It was very
like way
ambitious.
delayed.
Roger
like,
Rabbit
when it
was like,
was, yeah.
we've never done anything like this.
It was nope. And the stuff that they did in the film was like, what? Like,
it was also
just
very
crazy
adult
how
and
how the
very,
filmmakers
like,
did.
there's a lot of like
Yeah,
grown up stuff in like a cartoon movie.
yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if this Chip and Dale movie had fixed that art and the art style for those characters, I would say it would be like Roger Rabbit tier, like good. Like it was it would be on that level. It just that really kind of killed it a little bit.
So you just didn't like
when you do too much CGI in a movie that's also supposed to be within the real world. Like
it's just too much.
It takes away. Yeah, it takes away from it. And that's why Roger Rabbit was so good, is that they added so many like real world
mix.
elements that made it like, holy crap, like that's crazy, you know, when he's freaking when he takes that shot and he's like as a whistle, and the whole room like is just like going nuts, and, like bottles are breaking and like all this stuff, and then he just like flies out the window. It wasn't like he CGI like flew out the window. It was like the actual, like it's like the window was his shape and the blinds, and it's
it was a good mix of like practical realism, and quality animation.
But it was all. That's why it was also, it was also one of the most expensive films during that time, and it also did really well. Like it made
and that film is also
money. Like
will also be remembered as the one and only time that you will ever see both Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny in the same. And they made it so that they're both like equal. Like no two characters have like longer screen time. Like they made it like completely equal and even. And they're like, "Yep, that's all you get."
I don't know how. Dude, I don't know how they acquired all those rights back then for all those kids. Dude, many characters. Like
back
so
then,
many
like people did it for the joy of filmmaking. You know, I mean, it was more more passion in those types of movies back then. Like,
to see all those characters together was cool.
These
so that's
crossovers nowadays, this new, like, how much money can we make? Like,
this new Rescue Rangers was cool to see all of that too. Like they had a lot of that as well, like the different characters from different shows and movies and games, and like so.
I'll tell you what. Cool. Speaking of crossovers, you did finally watch Doctor Strange, and I believe on the last episode,
I did finally.
Last episode, I did a spoilerific.
It was a major spoiler.
Speaking of crossovers, I mean, are we allowed to talk about spoilers on this film now, or do you want to wait till the end?
Are we well, so for those who don't know, it just came out to watch on Disney Plus, right? So people can now watch it this week. I think it came out or last week or whatever. So it might take some people a little bit to still watch it.
We won't spoil anything.
I don't know if we should.
If you want spoilers, go back to episode 4 because I fucked that all up for everybody.
Yeah, we need to save all the spoilers for the episode. We got a request to save any spoilers for anything till the end of the episode, because people that didn't realize there was still more episode after the spoiler section of the episode.
So we'll behave.
We'll,
we haven't been around for a month, so we want to be on people's like good graces. You know, we don't want to rock that boat. So we'll wait. Okay.
So what else can we talk about tonight, or are we just going all in?
No, we're going to respect
our
everything? Listeners. So before, okay. All right. You know what? I did want to talk about really quick Top Gun Maverick, and I will not spoil it for you because this is a movie that you, Jerell, if you do not see this film and
you are not the first person. I've had everyone,
male, female, doesn't matter,
is telling me to go watch this movie. Every single person.
You have to.
And I've heard that what's his name? Tom Cruise. So I guess this movie was supposed to come out a couple years ago.
Tom Cruise insisted.
Right? Yeah.
Nope.
And
we're not going to do the streaming.
Yep. He refused.
Nope.
Yep. He absolutely refused.
It can wait.
No, this needs to be seen in theaters.
It'll wait.
It will wait. I'm not putting it out on streaming.
It's going to wait.
I don't care.
And the kind of power that man has.
2 years.
What he says goes. And you know what? Say what, I'm going in. But I'm not going to spoil anything because you need to see this movie. I'm not going to ruin anything because this movie must be seen. But you know what, Jerell? Like, if this is like Avatar, right? Like if you don't see it, like,
Mm.
and they just actually, and they're re-releasing
In
it on
theaters.
IMAX this week. No,
At
Top
the
Gun
first
Maverick.
Avatar, right?
Like
Oh.
they're actually
Oh, really?
re-releasing it. I
Okay.
think this week. So now's your chance. Like, go.
Huh. But I mean, it's been out in theaters. It's
It
still
had a
out in
brief.
theaters,
Yeah,
so-
it is. But they're here. I haven't. Here, hold on.
Oh, okay.
This deserves to be.
Were they like
No,
taking it out
no,
of theaters
hold on.
for like a second?
If you
Oh.
missed it, Top Gun Maverick returns to IMAX this
Hmm.
weekend. So
Oh, so it wasn't.
I think it
in
was
IMAX
like for like a
before,
brief
you're saying?
run, but it did
Oh,
so
okay.
well.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's still
But
in
I
the
think,
regular
but I mean,
theaters, but it was.
I think
Okay.
that you should go see this in IMAX, like, because it's that good.
Yeah, it's that
And,
good.
Like, I almost want to go and see
Okay.
it again that way because, oh my
Mm.
God. And, you know,
Yeah, Milo's notes here are Top Gun movie review, spoiler free. All it
Must
says
watch.
is must watch. Like, he's not even going to talk about it. Just you must watch. A true blockbuster, 80s and 90s style action. Easily the
And I
best
stand by
movie
that.
so far
And I
this
stand by
year.
that.
Wow.
easily, like, there's
Wow.
no competition.
Okay.
And say what you will,
Oh.
you know, Tom Cruise is known for lots of things, right? He's known, obviously, for his
Yeah.
his personal beliefs, right? So we'll leave that alone. You know, Tom Cruise is known
Yeah.
for being a Scientologist. That's his. Hey, you know what? If you want to, hey, whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You know,
It is what it is, yeah.
This last I checked, this was America, and you know what?
America?
That's
Thought this was
whatever.
America.
Believe what you want, but as a performer,
Yeah.
as an actor, as a professional,
Oh, outstanding.
like that man shows up and he works his fucking ass off, and
And
he
he's
always
like
does
doing
his
all
own-
his own
his own
stunts now. He's been doing it for some
And,
years now too.
he takes care of
Doing
his
own
his
stunts.
crew.
It's crazy.
Like, he's always a professional.
Mm.
From everything that I've seen and read, like, he like takes care of his people.
Mm.
He doesn't like, he's not too cool,
Yeah.
like on set, like on, you know, he's really, really passionate about his work, and it shows.
Mm.
The cast,
I'm excited. I need to. Yeah, I need to.
yeah, I mean, the
I need to
cast,
go see it.
everyone that
I gotta go see it.
you know, everyone played their roles perfectly. Everyone
Yeah.
did just enough, and wow, like,
Mm. Shoot, maybe I'll just.
if
maybe
you
I'll go
don't,
today.
it's
I
your.
don't know.
Like, I mean, if you
Not
want to
doing-
miss out on the
not
greatest
doing
film of the
anything
year,
else.
then that's up to you.
Oh no,
Like,
no.
you
I
need
definitely
to,
gotta go see that.
like, have to, because if you don't,
Mm.
and if you catch it in your bedroom on some streaming service,
Oh,
you're gonna be like,
I'll be upset.
why didn't I? You're gonna be like, why didn't I just go?
Upset.
Anyway, what else do you? What else do you have?
Mm.
Oh.
If you go from the greatest to the worst, apparently the new as you call
Bud
it,
Light
Bud
beer
Light beer
has flopped.
movie has,
And, you know,
like,
before-
apparently has flippity flop
Before-
son, which is
We
crazy
actually
because
are
it looks
guilty.
good. Like,
Yeah,
it
like, we hyped
visually
it up.
it visually looks really good. Yeah, like it looks great for what it is. Like,
But the thing is,
but
it's
apparently
not like,
I
it was not
guess.
I haven't watched it, and I have no
Yeah.
desire to. But, like,
Yeah.
it's not
So who
like
knows?
a Toy
Maybe
Story,
it might
like
be all right.
the Toy Story movie that, like, no one asked
No,
for.
yeah, and
Like, in my opinion, this like, Toy Story ended at Toy Story 3, but then they made like
the
like
Toy Story
4, and, like, people were like, why?
Yeah, which
Like-
it really ended.
But
no,
it
that
was
that good.
unnecessary.
It was good for what it was.
But
That one really ended.
like, Toy Story
Yeah, that
4
one
was
really
good, but it
ended
was
it.
also not necessary because
Was
to,
that
like,
the
the
one where
carnival
they
and,
went
like,
into the
like,
they were gonna?
Woody, like,
Oh, okay.
all of
It was
after
like
after
after the. It should have been Toy Story Afterlife. Oh, speaking of
Let's go.
Afterlife,
But we can't do spoilers. We can't do spoilers.
Oh,
though, so
no.
how are we
So-
gonna do this?
That movie's been out for a minute though. Like
If you haven't,
The-
okay,
the-
so this is
the
where
Ghostbusters. That's where I was gonna go to. So I recently finally
So did
watched
I.
the Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Like around the
Oh,
same
you
time
watched
as
it
you without
recently
even
too?
knowing.
Okay.
Like I think I watched
Oh,
it like
okay.
last weekend.
And I thought it was all right, but then Milo
Nope.
was like, "No, no."
So,
Like,
Ghostbusters Afterlife. I will
Yeah.
not spoil it
Not-
out of respect for people that
when
listen.
yeah, if you watch it just as like a movie and not like you don't know anything really about Ghostbusters, or you just kind of like are like whatevs, just watching it just to watch it, then it'll be good for what it is. But if you like know about the other movies, if you've seen the other movies,
If you are a
and
Ghostbusters
you have
fan,
some sort of like fan, yeah, if you have deeper like understanding about everything, then you'll probably be pretty irritated by a
if
lot
not
of stuff
irritated,
in the
they did the best they could with what they had.
they tried with they tried with the some of the fan service things, like, you know, the little, and this was on the preview, so we're not ruining it, but the little Stay Puff marshmallow guys, like they tried, you know, oh cool, you know, the little nostalgia with that stuff, or just like the style of how the ghosts look, and the traps, and the little freaking, what's it called, guns and stuff. Like, it was cool for that, the visual side of it and how it looked and everything, but there was so many little things like character
It
wise
just didn't make sense. Like that is not like I get that we all change and we all grow older.
Yeah.
But like
what
if that was-
wait a minute,
yeah, like
he wasn't like
that.
that
would be like us you and I aging, and then you
yeah, all of a sudden
like
just
like
like
fuck Jerell.
boom, I'm gone.
Like I'm not
Take-
gonna like well,
yeah.
no, like he
Take all the stuff.
I don't know. I just
all right, no, I was spoiling it too much, but when you watch it, you'll see, and it's
I mean, for what it
it's a movie.
was, I will say that like the Ghostbusters problem is that like, yeah, they waited too long to agree
Yeah,
to like get
absolutely.
together, and Bill Murray is actually like
yeah,
a big part of the issue because he didn't want to do it for
he didn't
forever,
want to, right?
and like they kept bringing it
Yeah.
up. They're like, "Come on, Ghostbusters 3, when is it happening?" And he was very like, "Nope, there's no point. Like, I'm not interested in it. I'm good." And
Yeah,
you know, finally, like once they started,
they had to. It had once what's his name passed away. I think that's when they probably,
and then he
was like,
passed,
oh, okay.
and
like,
then it's like, well, now what do we do?
mhm.
I will say that.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
are we spoiling this? I mean, how far can I go? Can I spoil this? Okay,
Spoiling it.
spoiler alert. Spoiler
You're gonna say
alert.
how he looked?
Spoiler alert. All
You're
right,
gonna
if
say
you
how he
have not
looked?
seen, I'm not going to
Are
go
we
too
going
hard
in
on
the
it.
spoilers?
But all right, so spoiler alert just for
Okay.
Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters only. Okay, Afterlife,
Okay.
right? This movie that should have also a COVID
like
movie. This is also a
It's like
COVID
a 2
movie
minute.
that was supposed to drop
Oh yeah, that's
like,
true. That was supposed
years
to
ago,
come
like
out
2020,
a
I
couple
think.
years ago.
And then everything got
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah. Yep.
So if you haven't seen Ghostbusters
And
Afterlife
it
by now,
got
like,
pushed back.
and
yeah.
if you get upset about the spoiler, like, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to tell you.
This is like what, like a 2
Yeah,
minute.
skip 2 minutes ahead if you
skip
really
2
want to
minutes
watch
ahead from
Ghostbusters Afterlife. Like, think you shouldn't waste your time, but let's go. All right. I will say that it was it was really sad, you know, to see. Like that was like that sucked, because like he's dead, and like
Yeah.
to see him with like the original cat. He's dead in real
In
life.
real life, he's
Harold,
dead. Yeah.
Ramis.
Yeah.
Harold. I always mispronounce it. I'm sorry for doing that, because he's a great man, or he was a great actor. You know, to see him with the original cast as a ghost,
But as a CGI,
like that sucked. That was kind of
ghost.
sad, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they did it very like respectfully. Like they didn't give him any lines.
Yeah.
He was there literally in spirit.
Didn't jack
Like
up
literally, he was there
Yeah.
in spirit, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to what's his Ernie Hudson, who has aged like nobody's business. Like, oh my god, I think the most impressive thing of this whole movie.
That's how I'm trying to look when I get.
He looks fantastic.
Dude, he looks great. He looks great.
And then you see Bill Murray, and like Bill Murray, you
Yeah.
know, obviously Bill Murray doesn't care. He's old.
He's
Getting up
old,
there.
man.
And Dan
He's
Aykroyd. I mean,
rough,
you know.
yeah.
But Ernie,
Dan Aykroyd, he's right,
Ernie
right
Hudson,
there with him.
shoot,
Ernie's still
man.
he's doing his thing, man. He's
He's
getting
like,
it in.
he's like one of the oldest ones.
Oh, I think so.
Phenomenal.
Dude, he looks phenomenal.
Man,
Yeah, like so. If you want to watch it, watch it.
you're not
But
missing
if
out.
you don't,
You're not missing out.
then you're not missing out on my.
Okay, so all right,
Okay.
into that. What else? What else can we do for our listeners? What else can we do?
Go? Oh, your boy Drake, man. Your boy Drake. Your boy Drake dropped that album. And I couldn't get through it.
All right, so
I could not do it, man. It was
so the new
so
Drake album
sleepy.
was a surprise drop.
Sleepy.
All right, so Jerell fell asleep. The new Drake album
Fell friggin'
was a
sleep.
surprise release. It was last Friday, and
Yeah, literally out
this
of
album is
nowhere.
best enjoyed. Not,
Asleep.
I mean, where do you listen to this album? Because I will say it is not terrible,
Dude, I don't know.
but you have to be in the right.
Yeah, I couldn't,
like-
dude. It has probably be at the right setting or something, because I think I was in the gym.
No, you
when
cannot
I
listen
started
to
trying
that
to
in the
listen
gym.
to
No.
when I was lifting, and yeah, dude, it was like I couldn't. I think I got maybe 4 songs in just to be nice, and I was like, dude, what is this? Like, I'm not. Nope. Done. Skip.
I strongly
Yeah, it just
suggest you
wasn't.
go back and listen to, and I can't play it because I don't want us to get copyrighted, but there's one
the
song in
songs
there.
in
Hold
particular?
on. What was it called? It was called. Okay, so the album is called Honestly Nevermind. And I think there was a reason for
Mm-hmm.
that. So it's called Massive. So at the end of this episode, listen to the song Massive and then tell me what you think. It's not his best work.
About
It's
that
not
song.
it's not like top anything.
Is there any songs
like
on that album
rap.
that are like gonna be like probably like a
The
single or
only
whatever?
like
Or that
rap
are, like,
sounding like song is the one with
good?
21 Savage. So like if the album, I think people wanted the album to sound more
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Oh, the last.
Yeah, like that song
Jimmy
like
Cooks.
is good. Like you could play that in the gym.
Well, so I was I was on the beach, and you were like, "Oh, this is a perfect song for like beach vibes and this and that." Or I was on
Got
my
to
way,
the beach.
and I started listening to it. No, you know what? I didn't listen to it in the gym. I listened to it on the plane. That's where I started listening, or waiting for the plane. I wasn't even on the plane yet. I was waiting for my flight, and I started listening to that album, and I got like 4 songs in. And I'm like, nah, dude, I can't. Like, this ain't it. Like, I don't know. Because you're like, oh, you're headed to the beach. It's like those vibes. It's like a dance album. He put out a dance album, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, so I'm expecting, I need a one dance, blah, 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 blah. You know, like one of those type of like songs.
And it was like nothing
one of those
like-
types of songs. And it starts off, and it's just like, I'm like, dude, it's too early for this. I'm like, I'm not trying to fall back asleep and miss my flight.
You'd wake up
Like,
in the
nah.
airport
I was
with
like,
the
skip.
like the
This
lady
ain't
like
it.
vacuuming like around your feet.
Friggin' cleaning. Yeah, the cleaning lady.
Wow.
With one of those big old school vacuums. Those, you know what I'm talking, the big vacuum that has like the bag, the big inflatable
Just
bag
going, like,
thing on the back.
You're just like passed
So
out.
loud. just out cold with my arms crossed,
All because I told you to give it a chance.
holding my backpack. Yeah, no, it was not it for
most
me,
people.
man. I was
And
not,
Drake
was
actually
not
came out
feeling
and
it.
he said,
I think-
like a statement. He's like, he basically said,
fuck
he's like,
y'all,
well, yeah,
man.
like you wouldn't get it. It's like you wouldn't get it. He did the joke.
Yeah, he pulled the Joker
wouldn't
on it. He's like,
understand.
oh, yeah. You
I'll
wouldn't
tell you what.
understand.
I'll tell you who released a great dance. So the dance thing is like a big trend right now. So shout out to
yeah, the shout out to
well, The Weeknd
The
kind of started
Weeknd.
this
for this.
this
He started
pop
at the beginning of
dance,
the year, man, with his like pop 90s 80s ish dance.
Well, he's been doing
type
it for
of thing,
2
whatever
albums now, I think.
style.
So he's kind of triggered it with Blinding
True.
Lights and all
Yeah,
that
very
shit.
true.
And people were finally saying like, okay, well, let's do what he's doing. And
okay, yeah.
you know who dropped a song that's like really, really
number
good?
2 one.
It's like very house music sounding. Beyonce. Shout out to Beyonce. And I'm not the biggest Beyonce fan. In fact, I've always been one to say that she's extremely overrated.
I'm not
and
really.
I never really saw
Yeah,
why
not much
everyone
of
was
a
so
fan.
like hung up on her and fixated on. See, like that song, like I'll give it credit for what it was, but like at that age, you and I did not like we were not in that bracket
Yeah, I wasn't.
of like listeners. Like
No, yeah.
Like, it's like a very popular song, and we're not.
And
like
also,
women
we're not.
or single ladies.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're also not women, so it doesn't.
It didn't resonate.
It doesn't. We don't connect to it.
So
yeah,
but
it's not.
It's not. I'll tell you what.
But it was for a lot of
yeah,
people.
Even Kanye went to bat for her on that one.
It still is, and that song. That's
you
like
play that in the
probably
club?
Like her number one song. Still,
You play that anywhere?
Probably.
You will see. Oh yeah, all the girls just run out. They're running out
Once it starts. Actually, I'm looking at her stuff on Spotify. That song's not even. It's not even on there. Like on the top
really?
5 songs.
That's like the song that I bet you.
Yeah, it's not on there.
Crazy in Love is probably
crazy.
I'll tell you what's crazy.
That's
crazy.
Crazy in Love's on there. Crazy in Love has 743 million freaking plays.
Yeah, that's when that's when Jay-Z came out.
Good Lord.
With her and
her and Jay-Z.
Some say they're still doing what they do together. I don't know.
Yeah, they are.
So
some say. Some say.
So it's.
But the new Beyonce song is good though.
She's coming out with a new album, I think late July. So
that's what this is like a tease
this
for
is
that. That song, because you played it a little bit before we started. That song,
I'm like not upset
like
by it at all. Yeah,
90s house. Yeah, it was like 90s house music.
Like that song's
man. So you can be
you play that in the club, I'm sure.
And sweat dancing to this. Oh man.
See, that song sounded like kind of
good.
what Drake probably was going for.
Was
but like
wanting to go for, yeah.
But he just like missed the mark.
But he fell
so,
asleep in the studio.
So anyway, what else dropped? What other stuff has happened that's worth talking about?
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I think we meant to talk about it last time, but we never got around to it. That's why I'm saying it's been a minute since it's been out. But it was the Kendrick Lamar album, K. Dot, that Milo did not.
It's not that I didn't like it. It's not that I did.
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
So that album was universally praised. Most people liked it. You loved it. You would not stop talking about it.
Freaking, I'm still listening to it. Yeah, I could probably break down all the stuff in that album that I loved.
I gave it since it dropped out.
So
I've given
good.
it a few chances. Since it dropped, I've given it a few chances, and I mean, it's not bad, but it's not his best.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
Great. It's phenomenal.
My final take on that album is,
I feel like it is. I feel like it's his best work. I think it's because it's so
like the subject matter is very personal. Like it's very serious.
It's way more vulnerable than anything he's ever done, and it's like, holy crap! And then on top of it, like
it sounds good.
It's good. Like it sounds great. Like in some of the beats.
N95, obviously, great song, amazing song. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying I didn't like it. I just wish more of it sounded like N95. I wish more of it sounded like.
You just wish it was more like his
there's
old
a
stuff.
lot of heavy, like the heavy personal subject matter, like I just really didn't feel comfortable listening to.
Mm.
Like I just like I get that he's expressing
It resonated too close. It was
to
too
home. Well,
close
I mean, we all have.
to home for you.
It wasn't
It
even
was too
that.
close
Like
to
I
home.
listen to lots of dark stuff that's very like relatable and personable, but
Yeah.
I just didn't really.
the the very the very first track is for Milo. The one of the lines in the very first track. I hope you find some peace
I
of
hope
mind.
you do. I hope we all find peace.
So it's like Milo listened to it and was like,
Same for me.
This is terrible.
It's
These
too
headphones
positive.
I can't listen to this.
Get
Get
the
your
hell
damn
out of my
hands off of me.
headphones. I mean,
yeah, it was too close to home, but I get it. Like there's a lot of stuff in there. It's like, man, like he really, holy crap, like he opened it all up. But from a musical standpoint, I thought it was phenomenal because of like the composition of everything and how it was all put together. I'm just like, and there's so many little things that you don't realize, like the little just like who produced what and like the little samples and like stuff. And so just,
I
don't know.
did. My favorite track on that album was Die Hard. I thought that was like good, like because that was like a personable, like
That was like
Yeah.
Black Panther vibes.
but the
type
subject
of
matter on that was
track,
still serious,
yeah.
but it's
And
still
I think,
like I still enjoyed it. Like
yeah, I think that one, I want to say Thundercat was
See,
one
that
of the
makes sense.
producers on that one too, on that song. Yeah, he did a handful of them. He was one of the producers there on or the composer, sorry. One of the composers of that song. He was the composer of
so
that
basically
song.
everything
and a few
that
other songs,
Thundercat
but
touches is gold. And I don't think
yeah, it's
enough
gold.
people know about Thundercat, to be
Basically.
honest with you. Like I think
Dude,
he
yeah,
has
I know.
yet
And I don't
to
understand. Like, he's so
really
good. Like phenomenal. I think it's probably because he's
Yeah.
so abstract as well. Like if you see him, like you're not going to. Most people aren't going to be like, "Oh, who's this? I want to listen to this person." Like you would visually, if you see him and then you see Thundercat, you're just kind of like, okay, like, and you don't pay it any mind, but you don't realize like how phenomenal he is, like as a musician and a composer and his songs, yeah, it's just chef's kiss.
All right. So what else do we have? What do you have? What do you have on your plate, on your mind? It's been a minute. People haven't seen you. People haven't heard you.
It's been a minute.
Do you have anything
they
top of
sent
mind
out
that you want to?
the dogs to search for me and the crew to come find me. I'm trying to go through here and see if there's anything. No, man, I'm living life. I'm doing my thing. I'm enjoying the real world. Kind of reconnecting with some other things and family stuff, a lot. Just kind of pushing for the future, and it's good. It's good times. I'm having a lot of fun, and I've been doing a lot of filming for my little YouTube show that I'm kind of doing on my terms. Basically, like if anyone wants what's the best way to describe it? If anyone wants like a peek inside of my brain and the dumb stuff that I think about or come up with, then you can watch the Random Hour show
On JFlow?
On my JFlow Entertainment YouTube. Yeah, I jumped back on there and started doing some stuff and decided to come up with this little show called the Random Hour, and yeah, it's mostly for me, like just to kind of get out my dumb little comedic stuff or the little thoughts or just things that pop into my head that I find funny. So I figured, well, let's see if anybody else finds them funny too. Cool, But it's mostly like from my brain. I put it out there like to people like, hey, if you want to like write anything for this or like create anything for the show, like I'll throw it on there. Like if I find it, if it vibes with if
See,
it
I
goes
have
with
to
the vibe,
ask.
But no one's
Well, I'm
really
reaching out right now.
reached out too much about
That
that yet.
skit that
Yeah.
you have.
Okay.
Oh.
Oops.
No. Well, we can't see you, so we'll just we'll go dark. That sucks. So Jerell finally watched Doctor Strange, and we have agreed going forward that spoilers will be at the end of the episode. So if you made it this far, thank you. The episode will be ending here soon. If you don't mind a Doctor Strange spoiler, we're gonna go in on that real quick. Yeah, Jerell's fiddling with his camera.
Okay, Doctor Strange. Multiverse of sadness. Oh no!
Multiverse of fucking disappointment.
Multiverse of whackness. Oh.
Multiverse of midness.
Yeah, it was.
Doctor Strange is mid.
It was sad. And some people are gonna disagree. Some people are like, "Oh, it was amazing." I don't know what you're talking about. But
I can think of exactly one person that actually liked this movie.
my sister.
Shout out to
She
Kayla.
loved
I'm
it. Shout out
sorry.
to Kayla.
She's so sweet, dude.
Kayla
I would
loved this movie. We already talked about all this stuff, so it's fine. Like it's not like I'm bashing my sister.
We
or
would
anything.
never. No, she's
Me
the
and her had a
sweetest
very long
person.
discussion
Yeah.
about everything in the movie, so we're cool on that. But yeah, man, I don't know. I was just there was a lot of the movie. It's hard because like there was a lot of the movie that I really liked, and then there was also a lot of the movie that I did not like at all. And I'm gonna go and say it. I'm gonna throw it out there. I don't care. You can drag me through the internet that I'm not
Say
on
it.
anymore. So
I was right. Right.
Milo was right. America Chavez character sucks. She was trash. She was straight up just not good, man. Like I don't that they took away from it every time, and it was just like her character, the idea of her character, the concept of her character is great. I love her character, like what she should be or what
Her
you
power is very interesting.
Yeah,
Like
what you think she should be, but the execution of it was just so poor, because it doesn't. There's just so much stuff that doesn't make sense, like for her character. There's so many things that don't make sense because it's like, and like we already said, we're going in on the spoilers a little bit, but so she, what's it called? Her character.
Her parents got sucked into a portal. Basically, her character. We talked about this before.
because of her, right?
Yeah, because of her. She got
can
scared.
rip
If she ripped a portal
space
in
and
time,
time.
and her parents got sucked into it, and so she got sucked in it too. So my understanding, and I don't know obviously the history of the character, but from the movie, my understanding of the character is she's essentially been alone since she was like 6, because of this horrible traumatic incident in her life. So now it's like fast forward 10 years later, she's like 16 and she's still like it's weird because like she's smart enough to understand how the multiverse works. She's smart enough to understand that it exists and that she's been to all these different places.
She's been jumping this whole time.
Yeah, she's
right?
been jumping for 10 years accidentally. That's the best part about it. She doesn't know how to control her power. According to the movie, she doesn't know how to control her powers. Only time she jumps to another universe is when she gets scared and a portal rips open and then she goes into it and goes to another universe, right? Okay, fine. But in that 10-year time, like there is no point in that 10-year time that you're by yourself that you were like, I'm gonna try to bust open a portal, or I'm gonna try to find my parents. The only time a portal opens is when you get scared. It's like, come on, man. And then so the whole damn movie, that's all she was. She was just like freaking out about everything, screaming her head off, like just scared out of her mind. And it's like, for someone who has been through all these universes, jumped through been all over the multiverse, she's pretty freaking scared all the time. Like, this doesn't make any sense for someone who should have a pretty significant amount of experience in this field, you know, and dealing with chaos, basically. Like, she's like panicked and freaking out about everything, and she didn't do anything. Like, the whole movie, that's the worst part too. The whole movie, she just stands there. She freaking stands around while Doctor Strange is doing all this stuff.
Wait, so is this a Doctor Strange movie, or is this an American Chopper
exactly movie? And that's the thing,
like,
too. Like, all of her, that's what's frustrating, is like all of the parts that all of the pieces of her story within the Doctor Strange movie are so distracting from the movie that you can't help but to focus on her story not making any sense and being frustrated at the fact that her story doesn't make sense. And it's frustrating and irritating because, like, this is not her movie. This is a Doctor Strange movie. And they had too much of her in it, in my opinion. Like, just too much. Like, it just wasn't, and it didn't make sense. Like, it just didn't make any sense. Like, there was so many parts of the movie that were amazing. So many great scenes. But every scene with her in it totally distracts you from so much of the film. And that's my biggest issue with it, is that if she wasn't a part of the film, sadly, like as she was in the movie, if she wasn't in it, this movie would have been outstanding. This movie would have been like,
it would have been
top tier Marvel movie status. Like, I just 100% feel that way. Like, if she was not in the movie, like,
imagine what else they could have focused on if she was not like such a big part of the story.
Yeah, that too. Because they made it seem like it on the commercials. They made it seem like they were going to have way more interactions with other Doctor Stranges, or like some sort of connection with other universes. But they only went to like one or two places and that was like, it throughout the multiverse. Yeah, and that was it.
And we got
your only visual of all these different universes was when he's flying through all the different freaking universes all at that one part when him and her flying through. But
the movie is called the
Multiverse of Madness. Like, and it wasn't like, I don't know. Like I'm saying, there was some really good parts in the movie that were just like,
well, you seemed
yes, like yes, like there was certain stuff in there that was outstanding, that was perfectly well executed, but it was just like,
you enjoyed Scarlet Witch. Like,
yes,
you enjoyed her.
Yes, she was outstanding. Freaking Wong, freaking Doctor Strange, all the other little characters, the Illuminati characters, like
there.
Everything was good, man. But
walk me through how you felt.
Every time that damn character was on the screen, man, it just killed it for me. Like, she was not good, man. Like, I don't care what anyone says. She was not good. Like, I don't know why everyone's like rallying that she's like this, you know, yay.
She's not.
Like, she just was not good. Like, period, man. And it's sad because it's like, oh, where'd your camera go? Oh, I was like, oh no, we're both out. He's gonna slap a photo of both of us on there, you know. Just, okay, dude, so I don't know. Like, she wasn't good, man. She just, I don't know how else.
It just was not.
I don't know how else to say. How else to say it? Like, she just wasn't good. Like, and it was frustrating because she also had no character arc. So it was like, she's shitty the whole movie, screaming her head off, the whole freaking movie, oh, I don't know how to use my powers. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, multiverse. Oh, another universe. Like that's the only time it happens. But then all of a sudden, at the end of the movie, at like the dumbest thing ever, like Doctor Strange
zombie
says
Doctor
like
Strange.
3
Not
words.
just any Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
zombie Doctor
says
Strange.
like 3 words to her. You know,
you got this.
You got this, kid. Wink, and then all of a sudden she's like,
she smiles.
Oh, you're right.
Smile.
I'm strong now. Ooh,
That smile.
Know? And she
When
does
you
a stupid
freeze
little
frame-
like slow motion fist clench, and then does
she,
this
like,
weird
punches
little
Wanda.
like side smile thing, and then jumps off, and then all of a sudden she's like whooping Wanda's ass. Who, by the way, Wanda was wrecking everyone the entire movie. She was like dominating every single person the entire movie, like bodying people, just destroying people that were very well aware of their powers and very in control of their powers and knew how to use their powers.
These people killed Thanos.
Yes, exactly. Like, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, with her stupid side smile thing, she just jumps up and like, boom, punches Wanda, and then like,
Wanda's like,
yeah, like
did
she
she
starts.
Die? Like I don't even know.
I don't know.
Anymore.
Like it made it seem like she freaking died. Like at the end, it was the stupidest. That was like the only. That was like the most fresh. That was after Wanda essentially like. They made it seem like Wanda killed herself, basically. Okay. But like. Well, it was dumb to me because
can you blame her after? Yeah, can you blame her after that fucking song? After that song,
we love ice cream, yes we do. Oh, Doctor Strange! Oh,
Doctor Strange is such a great character too.
Yeah,
he deserved better.
Yeah, I don't know where they're the only good thing about the whole new Marvel stuff is that they're basically able to do whatever they want. They're able to take the stories wherever they want and go to all the multiverse.
You want to kill
open it wide open and just
Professor X. You want to kill him? Go ahead and kill him. Doesn't matter.
Do whatever you want. But it's like, man, at least give us a better character, like, or at least a better version of this character. Like that was the problem. Like this she was just not good, man. She's not good. Like,
are they gonna they have to bring her back now?
Yeah, obviously she's going to come back.
Give her such a big role.
But at the same time, it's like, is she gonna have her own film? Like, dude, like,
is she really set up like the Young Avengers, and they're trying to set up?
There's no way that character, that girl can have her own movie. Like I just don't see it, man. It may be like a straight to Disney Plus type of thing, streaming, but dude, she was just not good. Like she's not on that level to where you're gonna like I want to go. Yeah, this is not, this is like Iron Man, this is like the Thor, this is like, she just wasn't. Like I don't know, unless they really drastically change her character and make her like legit, like tough, like
good.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing, man. It's like you spent 10 years on your own as a child. Like you'd be freaking, dude, you'd be pretty callous and like pretty tough at that point, like you have to think about it. Like, and you lost your parents on top of it. So that was, you're supposed to mentally have just been like skyrocketed, and you're like, obviously you'd still be emotional, but not like afraid of everything. Like you're like terrified of everything. And it's like, come on, bro. So and you're so strong and so powerful, but yet you can't, like, I don't know. It just makes no sense. So it makes no sense to me.
So she was the worst part of
absolutely. If she was not the movie for me, I personally would give it like a 5 out of 10. Like and
that's what I said.
It's a 5 out of 10. Like because she just killed it so much. Like there's so many good parts in this movie that you're like, oh my god, oh, like it's just like
Zombie Doctor Strange was cool.
Zombie Doctor Strange.
demons,
the,
and, like,
the demon stuff when Wanda just wrecks the freaking temple with all the what's it called, people in there,
the
and just
Illuminati.
she's and then the Illuminati fights, like all the
John
dark,
Krasinski as Richard Reed.
yeah, phenomenal.
Like,
It was so
you want to
perfect.
see more of that.
I
You
know.
want to see more. You were like, you know what? I think they can finally do Fantastic Four,
Right?
right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then maybe not. Maybe the magic is gone.
I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe
I mean, it was a different universe. So in another, that's the thing, they can do whatever they want because they open this multiverse box. So essentially, they can be like, well, it's not that universe where Wanda killed them. It's this other universe where, like, so they can still do. They could do literally whatever they want because
But, like,
of
don't you
this
wonder,
concept
like,
of the multiverse. But dude,
don't you wonder, like, in that universe though, like Wanda, there is a version of Wanda that exists
yeah.
in the universe where like all these superheroes died.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you imagine like what that's like to walk into that room to see all these like dead bodies and like what happened there.
Was the cleanup crew after that? Like,
Yeah,
what happened?
like
How's
who,
that?
like what?
What happened
like,
to
Captain America's out there? Well, no, Peggy Carter. Is
what
Captain
happened to
America.
Mordo? Was that his name? The guy-
Mordo? Who cares?
What happened to him? I totally missed that part because Doctor Strange was fighting him, and Doctor
He
Strange
fought him in,
escaped.
like, that was a
But did
good fight, by the way.
Did
That was, like, a
Mordo
great-
run away, or like? I don't
Doesn't matter.
remember. I don't remember
Doesn't
what
matter.
happened to that
Doesn't matter.
character. And it's interesting
it
too
doesn't-
because they still never brought back the original one from Doctor Strange's time or his universe.
It's a mess.
Like
This
I don't
whole
this new
phase, whatever.
It's been
is
been
just-
rough. It's been very rough. But I am looking forward to Thor: Love and Thunder, and I'm hoping, if anything, that saves things
It's not.
a
It's
little
not
bit.
going to save shit.
Well, yeah, it's not gonna save
gonna
it. It's
be,
just gonna make you feel,
you'll feel
better
better.
about that. Hopefully,
Briefly.
God, fingers crossed.
And then,
I hope so bad that movie
but
is
it's
not.
like, what's the setup? Like, what are
I
they
hope
getting
it's not
at?
bad.
Like,
Yeah, where's the story going? Like, what's the? Because before,
this whole thing is supposed to set up Kang the Conqueror,
yeah,
and it's like, where the hell are they taking this?
because before it was very simple. Before it was like
Yeah. Thanos
introduction,
is coming.
well, it was like introductions of the characters, right? Okay, we introduce all the characters. Now we have the Avengers. They link up. Okay, that's the whole thing. Now we introduce Thanos into the mix,
He's
which
coming,
is like, oh,
the
he's
stones.
he's coming.
The stones have always been part of the story.
Yep, he's coming. He's on his way. And then now we throw in, a little bit of Guardians and a few other little extra stuff to really
the
kind of
stones
bring
were
in
always
the
like central to.
Yep, really kind of bring in the universe a little bit more. And then we
and
finally
space and
and then we finally link with Thanos, and now's the time to have this big battle or whatever. But there was always like a purpose, like it was steadily going towards something.
Doctor Strange, when he first came out, it was like, okay, we're gonna bring magic into this.
Yeah.
We're gonna,
And then now this new phase, it's just like it's all over the place.
it's all over the place.
It's a mess.
The
It's
Eternals,
an
like, who
absolute
gives a
mess.
fuck
Like,
about the.
It
Like-
makes no sense because it's so muddled up. Like
It's a mess.
there's no from A
There's
to
no,
B. Like it's like
nope.
freaking just like a zigzag all over the damn place with zero connection to anything. Like it's not like how it was before in the first phase where you're just like, man,
It
where
all
you're
made
excited,
sense.
where
It was
you're
all tied together.
yeah, and you were excited when a new Marvel movie was coming out. You're like, yes, like, oh man, I can't wait because it's gonna connect with the previous movie, and we're gonna finally
post-credits,
we're gonna
and you just wait till the
understand
end.
things. Yeah, like things are gonna make more sense now. Like now, this one is just like freaking Bruce Campbell punching himself, and then it's over. When he looks into the camera, it's over. I'm like, okay, Bruce.
That pissed me off. Like
Bruce,
that. Like
the,
honestly,
the breaking the fourth wall or whatever, or him
like,
punching
you wasted
himself.
Like basically, like they admitted that this was a giant waste of time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's over.
Well, thanks for the money.
Yeah.
Exits that way.
Yeah, so.
Just be glad you didn't like waste your time like in actual theater.
Oh, dude, I know. Yeah, I would have been irritated because, like, dude, I was getting so mad with that stupid character. Like, she's so bad. Like, it just, like, man, frustrated me so much throughout the film. And then there'd be such cool stuff. And I'm like, yes, finally, this is amazing. She's not on screen screaming her head off. And then they would bring her back in. And it was just like, man, like,
And what's the whole deal with like Charlize Theron? Like,
so she
whatever.
is,
Like, I know
she,
she's like the wife of like
the wife of what?
like who? Well, she like that character is like Doctor Strange's wife. Like in the
Oh, I don't.
comics.
Yeah, I didn't. I wasn't gonna go
Spoiler.
that far.
Yeah.
Like I didn't.
Well,
I was gonna say who she's. If you remember in the first Doctor Strange, that when he went into that realm or whatever, it was that Dormammu character or whatever that he put the time loop on. That is his sister. Apparently, that's Dormammu's sister. Is Charlize Theron's character? Apparently.
but like I can't even care. Like I. Okay,
But yeah,
cool,
it's
I
getting
guess.
so like I said, it's so muddled and all over the place. Where you're just like okay, like at least give us someone interesting. Give us an interesting like character. Like if you're gonna give us a new character, give us someone like cool, like the Illuminati characters. Where you're like, man, it would be
Like,
cool
that
to
would have been
see
cool.
these guys in action.
And like Superior Iron Man would have been better.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Um,
Pipe dream.
what did we get? We got so
Uh,
all of this has led to basically nothing but disappointment.
yeah.
Spider-Man: No Way Home was average at best,
When you really go back and when you go back
and now here we are.
yeah. But at least we love ice cream, like every child
boy
should. We'll be good.
extra good.
Oh my god, that'll never not be funny to me now. Like that's like so weird and unnecessary.
Did you watch like?
Mom, come here, Mom, Mom,
We got it,
Mom, come here, We actually, Mom. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, you have to come here. You have to come on, Mom. Like I'm like, dude, and she walks in. What? I want to start. No, I want to start. Just go together. Like, what is this? And then they sing that stupid "We love ice cream." It's like, what? I'm trying to cook dinner. Like,
I'm done.
trying to clean the kitchen. What the hell are you coming here and singing me this stupid ice cream song? Oh man.
I'm done.
Yeah, we've been here too long. Oh Lord. Well, this was good. Another. I'm glad we decided to bring this back. Maybe we'll just do one episode a month. Just have like a really
It's like
long
a 2-hour just fucking.
Go Joe
bonanza.
Rogan. Go Joe Rogan with it. Just freaking long, lengthy.
1-2
Dude,
hour
yeah.
episode.
I don't know how he does so many episodes, but yeah.
His hours or his episodes are like 3 hours.
3
long.
hours, man. 3.
Like it takes me like
3 horas.
days
Like,
to
come on,
finish.
man.
Like, oh
Yeah.
And those people are actually like interesting.
Yeah,
This
telling
is
us
us.
cool stories. Yeah, just us sitting here
They're
trashing
like we're just
Marvel
sitting here
characters.
talking shit.
Oh, all right.
Well, it's been.
Until next time.
Thank you. Goodbye.
So
Thank you
long.
for listening
Farewell.
to the Ready Player Live podcast. Thank you for coming back. When these episodes drop, if you get an alert, that means you are a subscriber.
Yes.
So thank you for
and
taking the time.
I found something out. Okay, so double check, because even if you've hit subscribe, I found, and I don't know why this is happening, but apparently YouTube occasionally will unsubscribe you from people's channels, and you won't even know it. So, I'm telling you, it's a thing. So go back if you want to watch any of this, the Ready Player Live stuff. You want to watch the JFlow stuff, any of the whatever we're putting out. double check and make sure you're actually subscribed. You have the little bell click thing,
Hit the bell.
all of that, because we may be putting stuff out and you're like, man, it's been like freaking 6 months. I haven't heard from these guys. And then you go back and you see all these episodes. Like, it's because YouTube unsubscribed you for whatever freaking reason. I don't know why, but it's happening. So yeah, just throwing that out there.
Okay, so yeah, keep that in mind. Just
Yeah.
check your subscriptions, and rate us.
Yeah.
Please. We appreciate the ratings that we've received
Give
so
us
far.
some feedback.
Give us some love.
Some
We
honesty.
need the love. We need.
Yeah.
We're Jerell and I are creative people.
Yes.
We enjoy. Once we get going and once we know that people are listening and once we know that people are engaging, that is when we are at our best. So
Absolutely.
please give us the love, give us the ratings, let us know what we can improve. We appreciate you very, very much. So thanks for listening to season 6, episode 5.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
We out.